Elon Musk tech titan, space explorer, and now government efficiency guru, the billionaire's foray into the heart of the American political machine has been anything but conventional. Known for his brash style and grand pronouncements, Musk has publicly cast himself as a crusader against bureaucratic waste, wielding his business acumen like a weapon against the sprawling federal leviathan. However, the reality of Musk's role within the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, is far murkier than his public persona suggests. While Musk has relished the spotlight, touting his involvement and even brandishing a chainsaw at a conference to symbolize his mission to cut government spending, the government maintains a more guarded stance. Officially, Musk is merely a close advisor to the president, a shadowy figure lurking behind the scenes rather than the chainsaw-wielding revolutionary he portrays himself to be. The White House has been quick to point out that the real power lies with Amy Gleason, DOGE's acting administrator, while Musk himself holds no official position within the department. This discrepancy between Musk's self-proclaimed role and the government's official line has fueled suspicion and confusion, raising questions about the true nature of DOGE and the extent of Musk's influence within its ranks. As legal challenges mount and critics cry foul, one thing remains clear. The marriage of Silicon Valley swagger and Washington bureaucracy has produced a volatile and unpredictable offspring. DOGE, despite its innocuous-sounding name, has become a lightning rod for controversy, its operations shrouded in secrecy and mired in legal challenges. Critics argue that the department, empowered by Musk's influence and the Trump administration's blessing, is operating with alarming opacity, its actions hidden from public scrutiny. Multiple lawsuits have been filed seeking to halt DOGE's access to sensitive government systems and prevent it from implementing sweeping cuts to federal programs. These legal challenges highlight the deep unease surrounding DOGE's unchecked power and the lack of transparency surrounding its decision-making processes. Judges tasked with ruling on these cases have found themselves grappling with the difficulty of assessing the imminent, irreparable harm allegedly caused by DOGE's actions. The department's secretive nature has made it challenging to ascertain the true impact of its work, leaving judges to rely on a patchwork of news reports and anecdotal evidence. Judge Chutkan, presiding over one such case, acknowledged the widespread media coverage of DOGE's activities, but emphasized that the court cannot act solely on the basis of media reports. However, Judge Vargas took a more proactive stance, temporarily blocking DOGE from accessing Treasury systems due to the risk of confidential information disclosure. This legal tug-of-war highlights the deep uncertainty surrounding DOGE's operations and the urgent need for greater transparency and accountability. As the courts grapple with the legal complexities of this unprecedented situation, one thing is clear. The battle for the soul of American governance is being waged in the shadows, with the future of federal agencies hanging in the balance. While the legal and political battles over DOGE rage on, it is the rank-and-file federal workers who are bearing the brunt of its actions. Across the country, dedicated public servants are facing layoffs, program cuts, and a pervasive sense of uncertainty as the department's streamlining efforts take hold. Ironically, many of those most affected by DOGE's actions are the same people who helped elect the Trump administration that empowered it. Federal employees in traditionally conservative areas, many of whom voted for Trump on the promise of shaking up the status quo, are now finding themselves on the receiving end of that disruption. The Gazette Extra, a local newspaper in Virginia, captured the sentiment of these disillusioned Trump voters, reporting that many now feel betrayed by the administration's unfocused, counterproductive, and callous slashing of the federal workforce. The article highlighted the personal stories of long-time federal employees who are now facing unemployment, their lives upended by the very administration they helped bring to power. The impact of DOGE's actions extends far beyond the individual lives of those laid off. The cuts to federal programs threaten to undermine essential services relied upon by millions of Americans, from environmental protection to healthcare and education. As the human cost of DOGE's efficiency drive becomes increasingly apparent, it remains to be seen whether the purported savings will outweigh the damage inflicted on the fabric of American society. Adding another layer of intrigue to the DOGE saga is Elon Musk's close relationship with the Trump administration and the unconventional communication channels that have emerged as a result. Musk's attendance at a Trump cabinet meeting, a highly unusual move for a private citizen with no official government role, sent shockwaves through Washington and fueled speculation about his true level of influence. The timing of Musk's cabinet appearance, coming amidst growing uncertainty and anxiety among federal workers facing DOGE-driven layoffs, only heightened the sense that something unusual was afoot. The message was clear. Elon Musk, the billionaire disruptor, was at the heart of the Trump administration's efforts to reshape the federal government, and the traditional rules of engagement did not apply. Further raising eyebrows was the revelation that conservative activists had established a direct line of communication with Musk's team through X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter. This digital backchannel, operating outside the purview of official government channels, has raised concerns about undue influence and the potential for conflicts of interest. The convergence of Musk's Silicon Valley clout, Trump's populist appeal, and the power of social media has created a potent and unpredictable force in American politics. As the lines between public and private, official and unofficial, continue to blur, it remains to be seen how this new era of digital influence will shape the future of government and the lives of everyday Americans.